man, I show you the difference. You attracted to intellectual calm.
So I'm here with the phenomenal artist Dula Mite from the West Coast. Dula Mite is, I'd like to say he's a ambassador of hip hop. He's just not a lyricist, but he's the ambassador, the representative of hip hop in its truest form. So Dula Mite, please tell viewers the reason that we're on tonight.
First off, I am Dula Mite from Las Vegas, Nevada. I know people like Vegas. I'm like, yeah, Vegas has a hip hop scene. We actually have a very huge hip hop scene out here. It's just the market is just it's tough. People come here to vacation and they don't really look for talent. So
oh Lord, no, say don't tell me that.
But I mean, we make it do what we do. We got a couple people in the industry. We got Neo, you know, we got Imagine Dragon, Baby King just won a Grammy. So, you know, we got a few people from the market that's been able to do stuff. But I'm on here to introduce my newest single, Coco Melanin, from my project I just released called Respect the Elohim. So I'm real excited, and I'm happy to be on here.
Okay, so and then I'm gonna double back before we go forward and talk about that new release, because I did check it out, which is a little, not a little, it's a lot different from your older work. But like I said, we're gonna get into it. So for start, who were your positive influences growing up? Like you said, you're from Las Vegas, so that's a whole different culture to begin with.
Yeah.
And who were your musical influences?
Growing up, as far as positive influence, I got to be honest with you. Like, as far as people in my life, I was my own positive influence. I came from a very, very dysfunctional family. So I'm honest. I ain't gonna, you know, I'm not the type to sugarcoat nothing. So like with me, I haven't spoken to my father probably in 16 years.
Wow.
And then me and my mom, our relationship is rocky. So, you know, I check on her, but that's about it. And then me and my brother, I have two brothers. One I've only met once, like in person. And then, we have a great relationship. And then, but twice in person. And then my oldest brother, we have a cool relationship, but we live in the same city and I haven't seen him in about 3 years physically. So as far as positive influences, I used all of that to create the lifestyle I have now. So, you know, when I'm married, kids, all of that, they don't have to go through any of that. And my son, you know, my son is gonna know that when he has kids, that Papa's gonna be there. And that the grandmother's gonna be there and break the link and create a new tradition of what I wanted when I was a kid. As far as musical influences, it ranges. I mean, if we want to go old school, Heavy D. Heavy D, because Heavy D was always himself. He never tried to be something that he wasn't, and he was fly. As far as the golden age, of course, Biggie, Jay-Z, Pac, Nas, Ice Cube. New school, it would be more Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake, Wale, Big Sean. It's a few other cats that I listen to, but I definitely listen to music that has substance. I don't like just people just making songs telling you to shake your ass and do drugs and pop Percocets and go die. So, you know, some of the music I be listening to, I'm like, oh, I need role models. But yeah, those are pretty much Jay-Z. Out of all of them, is my biggest influence, because not just musically, but what he's been able to do as a businessman, and how he was able to grow as an artist. He went from, you know, talking about being a dope dealer to big pimping to now he's making songs apologizing to his wife. So I can dig that.
Well, he better apologize. I mean, it's only one Beyonce, okay?
That's true. That's true.
So, was music therapy, or did you just simply have a knack and love for rhyming that grew?
True story. Me and my brother were grounded a lot. Like we would get grounded if we didn't dump the trash. Okay, so it became to where the only person I was around the most was him. So we're sitting in the room, can't watch TV, we're bored. So my brother just started writing rhymes. Now I'm gonna tell you, he sucked. But for me, I thought it was the shit. I was like, oh, this nigga, he nice. And then I put him on blast. There was this kid in the neighborhood named Tommy. Tommy could rap his ass off back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I told him, I bet you we kids. I bet you $5 my brother can rap better than you. He's like, bring it on. So my brother come outside. He don't know nothing. I just said, hey, battle Tommy. I have $5.
Okay.
Tommy killed him, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I noticed was I didn't even care that my brother got killed and got embarrassed. I was looking at everybody's reaction. And like the girlies, oh, Tommy. And next thing you know, the girlies was on him. And all the dudes like, oh, he killing him. I wanted that feeling.
Right.
So what I did was I worked on my own rhymes. Then I ended up battling Tommy like a year or two later as a youngster, 10 years old. Killed him.
Oh, wow. Okay. And look at you now.
Yeah. And after that, I just had an interest with music and with film, and it just kept growing and growing. So I just always had a thing for music and entertainment. That's the only thing that, music is life for me, pretty much.
I got that. So, like, when did you take your talents mainstream?
I would say around.
Somebody say, I got to think about this.
Yeah, I mean, because I started so young. I would say around 2007. I made a song called Booty Doo.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my boy, well, I won a contest. American Idol had a rap contest.
Mm-hmm.
And I won it. And so I won $10,000. And I used that money to create that single and a mixtape. And me and my boys, I printed up like 5,000 copies. Had our backpacks on, and we was out there dishing them out. I didn't even have a price. I didn't care if somebody gave me $1. I was dishing that single out. And then the first time I heard that song on the radio with just me, that's when I knew as an artist that I could do something. As far as writing, I was writing for people when I was at the age of 12.
Mm.
So double entendre. Solo artist, 2007. As far as being able to write for other people was around like 12 years old.
12 years old. That was my next question. Like, you're a ghostwriter. What renowned or upcoming artists have you written for that continually keep your lyrics in rotation?
Ooh, them NDAs. Let me think of one that's not under an NDA.
Non-disclosure. Okay.
Yeah. I got a lot of NDAs. Can't lie. Some people don't want people to know that. They have people. One person I wrote for, Kevin Ross.
Okay.
If people ain't heard of Kevin Ross, he just did. He was part of that tribute show for Genuine.
Wow.
And he killed it. He sung it better than Genuine did when he recorded it. But Kevin Ross is one, and majority, about 90% of them are NDAs. To be honest.
Okay. I've listened to your music, a lot of your music, like from old to new. You are a cold MC. That is for sure. Every song is a bop, whether that's a picture or your they all slap. So do you think this gift is passion or purpose? And what more do you look to do with this writing?
First off, thank you. You wouldn't believe how many people interview me and only listen to one song. But you said, is it a passion or a purpose?
Yes.
It's both.
Oh, okay.
The passion is that I know that music saved my life. Music kept me from going in the streets. Music kept me grounded. Music kept me from making bad decisions. And music has allowed me to go places that I never thought before. Like next month, I'm performing in Puerto Rico. I never in my life thought I would go to Puerto Rico. I'm from the projects.
Right.
So I mean, like top ramen was dinner, you know what I mean? So like for me to be in Puerto Rico, I'm like sugar bread, ketchup bread when I was a kid. And, now I'm in Puerto Rico and I can get an actual real pina colada where the rum is made. That's amazing to me. The gift is just two things. I thank God for the gift. The passion, music has been able music kept me off the streets. Music kept me from making bad decisions, from joining gangs. Music is just music. Hip hop saved my life. So I just love. I think I would be 65 years old still making music because I just love music that much. As far as the passion, hip hop is taking me places I never thought I'd be able to go, be able to see, meet people that I never thought I'd be able to meet. And that's good or bad. Like, you know, I learned that, you know, idols can become rivals.
That's right.
You know, like somebody that you looked up to, they're an asshole. But I mean, it doesn't take away, you know, the fact that I like their music or their movies. It's just like, okay, as a person, you suck. So, you know, and fans, they don't get to know that. Fans just see what they see, and I get to see some things that fans don't get to see. And as far as a gift, it's just God is amazing. People think that they're supposed to be heard, and people are supposed to listen to their music. One person listening to your music is a gift.
That's right.
And if you bust your ass and you can get the world to listen to it, it's because you put in the work. You let God be God and you do the rest. You got to do the work, and then the blessings will come.
Amen.
And that's what I do.
Okay. It's kind of like I was telling one of my media friends today, because she said I should, you know, I guess teach a class on persistence. And that's one thing is be humble, take your ego and pride out of the situation. Because number one, you don't want to rub the right person the wrong way at the wrong. So
Absolutely.
You know, that business is paramount because everybody always circles back. So tell me what you're working on now, and do you have any other conglomerates?
Oh, okay. So right now, I'm pushing the new single, Coco Melanin. Not only the single, but I'm pushing the video. So right now, I've been blessed to have over 64 college radio stations accepted.
Wow.
And excuse me, then over 100 plus internet radio stations that's going to put it in rotation too. You know, a lot of people don't realize when you release a record or an album, keep pushing it. You don't just do it for a couple weeks for Instagram. Like, what's old to you is new to other people.
That's right.
Push it for years if you have to, and that's what I'm gonna do, especially with this single, because I just feel like this is the one. The album is doing very well, so I'm gonna keep pushing that. And I'm hoping around July, August, I plan on filming 2 other videos for 2 other records on the album. I got my website will be, I redesigned it. I got some help on it. So shout out to the BMS company. Website will be live Friday. And then I got some shows, some festivals I'm doing. Like I said, Puerto Rico is coming up. I'm gonna be performing out there. Newport Beach, couple other places. I like to perform anywhere but Vegas.
Like what?
I know that out here is just going to be a room full of other artists.
Right.
And I don't want to perform with people that know me. I like performing for strangers. I want strangers. Like, strangers are going to support you before people that know you.
Ain't that
I ain't finna perform for my competition. Like, why would I do that? So
it's always even if you're not even there, you in your lane doing your thing, there's always somebody out here saying, well, I want to outdo this person because I think I can do this thing better.
Exactly.
We're all got our own talents that God gave us. So whether you're doing the same thing, it's still not you. You're doing and that's what it is. So, but I do understand.
Businesses though, didn't mean to cut you off as far as businesses, because you asked about conglomerates.
Right.
God, I know I should have brought one, but I got the shirt on right now. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, that's my logo. I have a new shirt company that I'm dropping this fall called Fresh Academy Cloths. So I made like 100 prototypes, sold them at my listening party, see what people thought. They loved the shirt. So I got other designs that I'm gonna create and get that out. And then also I'm going to have this fall my own food truck.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I created my own 5 flavors of lemonade called Exquisite Sensations.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be selling that in different flavor French fries and other stuff on the food truck. So I just recently actually just quit my job and just like, you know what, God, take the wheel.
Okay.
I'm gonna make the money. I don't want to work for nobody no more. So I'm gonna work for myself and and get it popping. So yeah, that's what I'm on right now. Black entrepreneurship.
That's right. Many blessings to you, King. Like, that's a major step. You knew what you wanted to do. You already got a plan. It's already in motion. So major blessings to you and Godspeed. I hate when people say it's luck. It's never luck. It's always God.
It's always God. You see, my office is messy because I've been working on the business. So sorry about that.
It is what it is. Like, you're a rapper and an entrepreneur. So that's kind of like, you said that you've been writing since you were like 10 years old. So you understood business at 10 years old. So that's why your background looks the way that it looks. You understand that it's a business. At the end of the day, you come to do an interview. You ain't coming to do no photo shoot.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. This business, man. So, and let me thank you too for even having me on here.
Of course.
You didn't have to listen to none of that. You didn't have to do this. And I mean, like I said, most artists just feel like, yeah, I should be on. No. The fact that you took your time to have me on here, I'm very grateful and humbled by that.
I'm grateful that you took the time to come back, because I was having still having issues out of my Walmart computer. Okay. So now my next question was, and I have 3 more after this. We know about the negative impacts of COVID-19 and the people that it affected. However, were you affected richly by it? And what did you learn about yourself while making the project Blaxploitation?
Oh, Blaxploitation and commitment anxiety was pretty much during the pandemic. Crazy thing, I was in the newspaper because I caught COVID.
Oh my gosh.
I was in the newspaper in Virginia because I was one of the first people that caught Delta. Crazy thing, I caught it at the gym. I wasn't going around a lot of people. The only place I would go is the studio and the gym. And one night I was rushing in the gym, then wiped the machine, and next thing you know, I was fucked up. I had COVID.
Say word. So you got on the machine, nobody coughed in front of you, and you caught COVID.
I sat in somebody's sweat, and literally the next day, it was a wrap. I was done. Yeah, I learned that it was real right there. I was like, nigga, this is real. I had it for 23 days.
23, God, dog.
Yeah, that's why, like, I was sitting there in bed and I looked, the dude hit me. He was like, hey, heard you got COVID. I was like, how? I didn't even post about it, but this is the United States, they can find out different ways.
Right.
But as far as it impacted me greatly. I was actually kind of thankful for the pandemic. I learned that it made people listen. That's
right.
Because, at that time before the pandemic, let me see, 6ix9ine was popping before the snitching. We know he don't, we know he doesn't, all his music sounds the same. I'm sorry.
Right.
Like, we know that he does what he does because of the antics.
Right.
But he was being played in the club and it was a lot of music like that. So people that had something to say, normally you listen to that in the car or while you cleaning, while you at work, etc. People had to stay at home. So you're not gonna listen to club music while you're at home. I mean, while you're at home, unless you just want to twerk for the camera. So it allowed people to actually sit down and listen to my projects. And I think some of the stuff that I was saying was hitting home, especially for the way that the economy was, the way the environment was at that time. I think those 2 albums just spoke values. And I think it actually helped my fan base go up.
Wow, that's what's up.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it did. I mean, either you came up or you were down. It was the other, no in between. So
what happened to Blueface? Look at him. Blueface had to create a whole different show, ratchet show, because who's gonna? No offense to Blueface, he getting his money. Do your thing. No offense, but that type of music wasn't being listened to during the pandemic because it wasn't something that people could feel at the time. So I was making music that people could feel, and it helped me out.
Right. Well, you still pay homage to hip hop. That goes back to my next question. I was listening to some of your older music, like I said earlier, from 2010 until now. And I didn't know if you could top those classics. And then I went down the rabbit hole to Coco Melon and come through. So dive down the rabbit hole. So for the ladies that's old school, got old school cuts in. So thanks so much for thinking about us queens. Okay. What was the inspiration behind both those tracks? And is it from commitment anxieties?
That's a damn. That was fire. That question fire. I like that question. All of the songs from Coco Melanin Come Through to where you go to Better For You on the other albums and stuff like that. I was just a little tired of these hoes ain't loyal. Or when they would talk about relationships, they talking about, oh, I can get you a Birkin bag and you can wear this. Well, you're just trying to buy the love. You're not really describing how you can love this woman. And we live in, it's a society where I saw Martin and Gina.
Oof.
I saw Claire and Cliff on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You can go as far back as Florida, Evans, and James. We saw relationships. And then reality TV came and we saw Stevie J. We saw Peter Guns. We saw people having multiple kids with different women and sleeping with different women and men and women cheating on each other. There's so many love triangles and all this other stuff going on.
Right.
So we lost the LL Cool J aspect of who's making the records fabulous, who's making the records talking about actual relationships, actual love.
Right.
We don't exist if women don't give birth to us.
That's right.
So why am I gonna call y'all hoes? I mean, there are some, but there's a majority of women that are not hoes.
That's right.
Dark-skinned women should be featured in music videos more. You can Netflix and chill without having sex.
Mm.
You can fuck and you can make love.
Okay, somebody said what?
You know what I'm saying? So I just think, or even just like commitment anxiety. It was something that I had because of my parents.
Mm.
Like I saw my dad cheat on my mom all the time. I found out that my mom was also cheating.
Wow.
So for me, and like in my family, every single uncle or aunt have been married more than once. Mm-hmm. So I've never seen a successful, we've been married one time for the rest of our life type of thing.
Right.
So it gave me commitment anxiety. I'm like, shit, am I going to be married twice or something like that?
Right, right.
But you have to take that leap of faith. And the leap of faith I took was talking about when I used to cheat on women on purpose. Or when you get tired of sleeping with all of them. Mm. Or speaking for, there are good men and there are good women. So it's just topics to me that I don't think are being touched anymore. And I wanted to touch it because, really, let's be real. I just want to make more adult contemporary music where I know that people can listen to it and it can make you laugh, it can make you cry, and it can make you think.
That's right. Okay.
That's hip hop everywhere.
Now, I watched one of your older interviews that you did early in the game, and you spoke about signing to a record label where folks wanted to change the origin of who you were as a rapper to put you on, and you were like, nah, I'm not going to do that. So you're still out here proving the labels and investors wrong. That's my opinion. In fact, I believe it's easy for you to integrate into mainstream music just because you're so well rehearsed. You've been out since the early 2000s until now. But even still, like you said, you have 6ix9ine, you have Blueface, you have, well, dang, what's the one who Fed now?
Oh, Young Thug.
Doggone Thug.
Yeah.
And you have that, but you continue to stay true to you and your craft, which is a constant homage to hip hop. Is that easy?
No. Black ownership left the music industry a long time ago. So a lot of the labels that we saw, from Rockefeller to Rough Riders, they sold their labels. And then, to be honest, if you look in the urban departments, I don't see us.
Right.
So when that takes over, the music doesn't matter anymore. In some instances, I would say about 80% of the instances, the music doesn't matter because it's a business. So I know, like I said, 6ix9ine is around because of the antics. It's not the music because the sales show that.
Thanks.
Coil Ray has a great social media showing.
Right.
But they don't go on world tours.
Right.
Because they're not listening to the music. I noticed this. The people that stay true to themselves to this day are 50 years old rapping. 2 Chainz stayed true to himself. He was
right.
boy to 2 Chainz, but he remained himself. And 2 Chainz can go on a tour to this day in arenas.
Right.
Not a Hard Rock hotel, nothing like that. 2 Chainz is Rick Ross, Jay-Z. You know what I mean? They go on tours.
Right.
And then you got some people who are getting paid $2,500 to do club appearances.
Right.
At the end of the day, $2,500 or the bigger picture? You want to have that one song in social media, or do you want a career? And I just got values, principles, and morals to know there's a bigger picture. Now, I've had situations, met up with different labels, and they were worried about TikTok. And then I even had a situation where one was using me as a cover-up for identity theft.
Wow, shut
So I didn't been through it all. So I know that at the end of the day, I'll probably just be an indie artist. I pray that someone actually, because A&Rs to me nowadays are lazy.
Right.
They want you to do all the work for them, and then they bring you on, and then bam, like Bobby Shmurda went to prison. Where was the label?
Right.
So you know that you can't rely on that. So my whole goal now is, as an indie artist, is to create a bidding war.
Okay.
So that's why I say it's bigger than Vegas to me. I want people around the world, because age doesn't matter no more either.
Right.
Because of the internet. So create a bidding war. And if I don't get that bidding war, at least I was able to get into those meetings. That's a blessing by itself. Some people don't even get one meeting. I've been able to have like 5, 6.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So whatever's happening, it's up to the man above. But if I can create a bidding war, cool. But I ain't gonna lie, if I could sign to 2 labels right now, it would be TDE or Rock Nation.
Okay.
Because they care about music.
They care about the music. And you did say something interesting, that everybody over 50 is they're the ones that's true to their craft and still touring. And when the pandemic hit, that's all we saw was old school music. We didn't see much of the new school stuff. That's when Versus was birthed. So
Timeless
I think
music.
Right. I think that was important that you did that and stuck to your guns, even though it might have been hurt your pride at the time.
Oh yeah.
Like that'll do something to your mental well-being when you have this set goal for yourself, and you have people who have the power to control that, and you're like, nah, I'm just gonna stick to this, and this is gonna take me where I need to be. Now you're performing in Puerto Rico. Look at God.
Yeah.
So, where can our viewers follow you and download your music?
As far as every DSP, for people that don't know what DSP is, that's funny. They don't know what that is. That's streaming platforms. It's DULA-MITE. My whole catalog is on there. Well, not the whole catalog. We know mixtapes, not gonna be on there. But also too, from Instagram to Twitter, every social media site is DULA-MITE. On streaming platforms, put the dash between the Dula and the Mite. And my new website will be up this week, dulamite.com. Please check out Respect the Elohim. Check out the whole catalog, because basically from the first album to now, it's actually a full story that goes together. So, there's voicemails, interludes, and all that stuff. It all ties into my growth as an artist, and it allows you to find out who I am. And like I always tell people, man, Vegas got something to say, and I want to be the ambassador.
I'm a man, I show you the difference. You attracted to intellectual calm.